This is an update. All Balisong charges have been dropped. Roadsideimports sale of butterfly knives similar to Benchmade's BALI-SONG knives under the name Balisong is likely to cause confusion and constitutes intentional passing off and unfair competition. So, I got mad and I posted a video about the truth about butterfly knives in the US not allowed to use the word Balisong because of the word BALI-SONG. After I did this post, 1 week later, streamlined the lawsuit, plaintiffs are withdrawing their claims of trademark infringement, unfair competition, and delusion with respect to plaintiffs' registered trademarks BALI-SONG. Okay, go to www.uspto.gov. Go to the left-hand side where it says Trademarks, then select option number 8, TTAB Online Filing. Then it will say, Welcome to the ESTTA. Scroll down to the bottom. Please click here to access all available forms. Go to the middle that says File a New Proceeding. Scroll that down to Petition for Cancellation. Then you need to type in the registration number, which is 1154620. Push the start button, then it will go to registration, that you will see that it is the Benchmade Knife Company, Inc., and the mark is BALI-SONG. This is correct. Click that. Go to the grounds of cancellation and select the ones that are applicable. Immoral and scandalous matter. The mark compromises matter that as a whole is functional, because the word is in the dictionary and it's functional. Genericness, and it violates the provisions of the Trademark Act. Those are what I have found to be the case in this matter. Okay, then you're going to go to the next screen that says Goods and Services. I selected all the goods in this class. Click the Next button. Then you enter in your petitioner information. That would be you and your information. Then you click to the next screen, which is add and modify the information of the entire case. Then you go to the petitioner's correspondence information, need to edit that, and then you go to the pleading, and this is where you need to write a brief statement on the grounds of why you want this petition. You have to put it in a TFF, PDF, or text file, which then you need to attach. And this is what I attached. I am asking the appeal board for the following: to expunge the registration of the trademark BALI-SONG serial 7323545, registration 1154620, in association with pocket knives, namely butterfly knives, based on its prior use and generic term Balisong. The trademark registration is plainly invalid for genericness. I am asking the appeal board for this request because the mere use of Balisong, as appears in the caption of the federal court case United States versus 1044 Balisongs, CIV action number 70-10, District Court of Oregon, September 28, 1970, decided almost 9 years before the alleged date of the first use in commerce of the U.S. trademark registration number 1154620, obtained at least sometime in the past by Benchmade from Balisong, Inc., the absence of any mention of which in Benchmade's complaint being rather curious, or in any of the multitude of subsequent court decisions referring to Balisongs. Right? If I'm mistaken, please divert me to the web page at issue where you find Balisong to be improperly used instead of the generic term Balisong. Balisong is a barrio in Batangas, Philippines, the home of the original Balisong. Balisong, as history tells us, traces its ancestry so far back to 800 AD as one of the ancient weapons of the mystic art of the Malaysian-Polynesian fighting systems Kali. It is not clear whether the Balisong knife took its name from its birthplace, Barrio Balisong, in the province of Batangas, Philippines, as some claim, or the barrio itself took the name from the knife, which has been made there since time immemorable. While the meaning of the term Balisong is not entirely clear, a popular belief is that it is derived from the Tagalog language words Bali Sangay, I'm not Filipino, so if I pronounce it wrong, don't criticize me too bad there. Balisong literally means broken horn, from two words, bali, which means to break, and sung, which means horn. It is not intentional, therefore, that the original Balisong knives have handles carved out of animal horns. A Balisong, otherwise known as butterfly knife or Batangas knife, is a Philippine folding pocket knife with two handles counter-rotating around the tang such that when closed the blade is concealed within the grooves of the handles. Number 3, I am asking the appeal board for the following: to expunge the registration of the trademark Balisong, which violates grounds on immoral and scandalous matters. I'm asking the appeal board to request this because Balisong trademark is used in unfair competition and unsound lawsuits to force knife sellers and knife makers to pay compensation to Benchmade Knife Company, who is the Balisong trademark holder. Benchmade claims that the mere use of the word Balisong infringes on the trademark name BALI-SONG. This is evident in the court case against me, civil case number CV 08-00967-HA. The charges claim that no one is allowed to use the word Balisong because it is likely to cause confusion and constitutes intentional passing off and unfair competition. I would like to ask the appeal board, how can the use of a mere word that is generic and is functional, that accurately describes a particular knife style, be deemed as unusable? I got a lawyer representation, and Benchmade offered a settlement of extortion, in my opinion, telling me I am no longer allowed to use the word Balisong and that I must disclose all of my customer information on the purchases of Balisong knives to their company. I've spent in excess of $15,000 on a lawyer to defend myself on this position against the allegations of the misuse of the word Balisong, and Benchmade dropped all communication with my lawyer and forced a trial procedure. I lost my lawyer due to financial ruin because of this matter. I wrote to the court for a pro bono status and was granted this. I became angry about this matter and I posted a YouTube video explaining on how and what Benchmade has done to attack other sellers for the Balisong word, and I posted this information on how to file a TTAB hearing. 1 week to the date after I posted this video, the disclosing of the information to the general public, Benchmade amended the lawsuit against me, making false claims to streamline the lawsuit. Plaintiffs are withdrawing their trademark infringement, unfair competition, and delusion with respect to plaintiffs' registered trademarks Balisong. This is not acceptable behavior because Benchmade forced me to spend $15,000 defending myself against the use of the word Balisong. They pressed the issue forcibly and would not settle, but once I posted content to the general public on the internet, this matter was simply dropped. The fact should be that the appeal board should not allow such reckless behavior and cost to the court system and the American taxpayer. It has cost thousands of dollars in frivolous lawsuits and on such a generic term. I am asking the appeal board for the following: to expunge the registration trademark because it violates the provisions of the Trademark Act. I'm asking this from the board because the word trademark is defined as a mark used or proposed to be used on or in connection with goods, distinguishing them from those manufactured or sold by others. How can a name that is generic be used to be different in a distinguishing manner for those who sell such generic items? That's my question. Balisong is a word that has been hyphenated, so the trademark is deceptive in nature. The word milk is a defined word and is generic, and therefore MI-LK cannot be a registered trademark to deceive and give unfair advantage to other sellers of milk products. Then, after you've attached the file and you've made your reasonable plea, you have to pay $300, which you can pay by a credit card. So I am tired of Benchmade bullying and being obnoxious to the rest of the knife community and knife makers. So if this experience has happened to you, I will pay the $300 just so that we can get multiple filings and get the trademark revoked so that this no longer happens to anybody else in our country.